My husband of 11 years had another family, a wife, 2 kids, a house 40 minutes from ours, and I found out not from him, not from a private investigator, but from his 7-year-old daughter who knocked on my front door one afternoon and asked if her daddy was home. And what happened next, I still can't believe it myself. Stay with me, because this gets so much worse. Hey everyone, welcome back to Verdict Stories. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now because I post new stories every week, and I promise you will not want to miss what's coming. Today's story is the most shocking thing I have ever read on Reddit's r/AmItheAsshole. I had to read it 3 times before I believed it. Let's get into it. My name is Diana. I'm 38 years old, and until 14 months ago, I believed I had a good marriage. Not perfect. No marriage is perfect, but good. Solid. Built on 11 years of shared history, a home we owned together, a business I had helped build from nothing, and a level of trust I had never once questioned. His name was Michael. We met when we were both 26. He was charming and ambitious and funny, and he looked at me like I was the most interesting person in any room. We got married after 2 years of dating. We built a life. We talked about having children. We tried for a while. It didn't work. And eventually we made peace with it being just the 2 of us. Or so I thought, it was just the 2 of us. Michael traveled for work. A lot. He was in sales regional manager for a medical equipment company, and he covered a territory that spanned 3 states. He was gone Monday to Thursday almost every week. I was used to it. I had my own work, my own friends, my own life. I didn't think twice about his schedule. I should have thought twice. 14 months ago, I was working from home on a Wednesday afternoon. Michael was supposed to be in Cincinnati. I heard a knock at the front door. I opened it. Standing on my porch was a little girl, maybe 6 or 7 years old, dark hair, dark eyes, wearing a pink backpack. She looked up at me and said, "Is my daddy here? He said he might be here today." I looked at this child for a long moment, and I said, "Who is your daddy, sweetheart?" She said, Michael Harmon. My husband's name is Michael Harmon. I asked her to wait 1 moment. I closed the door. I stood in my hallway and I did not move for approximately 45 seconds. Then I opened the door again and I asked her where her mommy was. She pointed to a car parked across the street. A woman was sitting in the driver's seat, looking at her phone. She hadn't seen me yet. I walked across the street. The woman looked up when she heard me approach. She was my age, pretty, tired-looking in the way that mothers of young children often are. And when she saw my face, something in her expression shifted, like she recognized something. She rolled down the window. I said, "I'm Diana Harmon. I live in that house. Michael Harmon is my husband." The silence that followed lasted a very long time. Her name was Patris. She and Michael had been together for 8 years. They had 2 children, the girl on my porch whose name was Lily, and a 5-year-old boy named Marcus. They were not married. Michael had told her he wasn't ready, but they had been living together for 6 years in a house he rented 40 minutes away. 8 years, 2 children, 6 years living together. I had been married to him for 11. Now here is where it gets worse, and I told you it would get worse. I called Michael. He didn't pick up. I called again. He didn't pick up. I sent 1 text. "Come home now." He called back 4 minutes later, cheerful voice. "Hey babe, what's up?" I said, "Patris is sitting in front of our house. Lily is on our porch. Come home." The silence on the phone was the most honest thing he had said to me in years. He came home 2 hours later. By then, Patris had taken the children and left. By then, I had called my sister, my lawyer, and my financial advisor, in that order. Michael walked in and tried to explain. I won't repeat what he said because it doesn't deserve to be repeated. Words like complicated, and I never meant to hurt you, and I love you both, which is not an explanation. It is a confession of cruelty dressed up as emotion. I asked him 1 question. "Does she know you're married?" He said, "She knows I have a complicated situation." A complicated situation. 11 years of my life was his complicated situation. I left that night and stayed at my sister's. My lawyer filed for divorce the following Monday. Because Michael and I had built a business together, a small but profitable medical consulting firm, the divorce proceedings involved significantly more than just our house and our savings. My lawyer was very good. By the time everything was settled, and it took 9 months, I had received the house, my share of the business valued at just over $340,000, and a settlement that reflected 11 years of my financial and personal contribution to our marriage. Michael got his complicated situation. Some people in my life thought I was too aggressive. My mother-in-law, his mother, whom I had loved like my own, called me vindictive. My own father said I should have thought about what Michael would be left with. I said, he thought about it for 8 years. I thought about it for 9 months. I'm comfortable with the math. I posted on Reddit because of one specific thing I had done that I wasn't sure about. During the divorce proceedings, I had found out that Patris did not know Michael was married. She had genuinely believed his story about a complicated situation. So I reached out to her directly. I sent her documentation, our marriage certificate, years of tax returns filed jointly, photos, everything. My lawyer said I didn't have to do this. Some friends said I was stirring up drama, but I felt that Patris deserved the truth. She had been lied to as much as I had. Was I the asshole for involving Patris directly? Reddit was overwhelming. The top comment with over 67,000 upvotes said, "You didn't involve Patris. Michael involved Patris 8 years ago. You just finally told her the truth. NTA, and what you did was one of the kindest things in this entire story." Another comment said, "He called your marriage his complicated situation. You turned his complicated situation into a very simple one. Respect." And one comment I keep coming back to, "A 7-year-old girl knocked on your door and accidentally ended 2 lies at once. Michael built this collapse himself, brick by brick, for 8 years. You just watched it fall." I watched it fall. I don't know what Patris's life looks like now. We exchanged a few messages after I sent her the documents. She was devastated and angry, and then she went quiet. I hope she's okay. I hope her kids are okay. None of this was their fault. As for me, I am rebuilding, slowly. The house feels different now that it's only mine. Quieter, but mine. Was I the asshole? Reddit said absolutely not. For once, I think that's exactly right. Drop your verdict in the comments. Was Diana right to contact Patris directly? And did she take too much in the divorce? NTA or YTA? If you're new here, welcome to Verdict Stories. I post new stories every week and I read every single comment. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. See you soon.